You know, I gotta remember that if I'm gonna use the green screen, not to wear the kind of funny hat that has the green bill, because, yeah, that happens. Anyway, roll the thing. Hey guys, Sean here. So I have another unboxing product review video for you here, and this one is one that I saw at TwitchCon just a few weeks ago, and that is this, the Razer Kiyo broadcasting camera with illumination. When I saw this, I thought it was really cool because not only is it a 720p HD webcam, but it also has a built-in ring light. Now, ring lights are considered the best kind of lights for, well, face cameras, and I mean, that's why, you know, vanity mirrors will have a ring of light around them. And I mean, I have a ring light set up right now for this because that's just kind of what you do. But it's a very large, unwieldy ring light that is on a stand, and it just takes up a lot of space. So that's why I really liked this when I saw it, because it's all compact and all in one. So let's go ahead and open this up and check it out. So first off, there was this little tab on the back that I pulled to break the tape. That was very handy. I didn't need to get scissors or anything. So I just open up the box here, and the first thing is there's the usual Razer thing. It's like a letter that's written on like parchment paper from the co-founder and CEO and creative director, Min Liang Tan of Razer. And then here we have the instructions and everything, which the instructions are basically just plug it in. And then here it is in the box. So let's take out the cable here and then pull it out. There's really not much to this. And here we have the camera. There is this protective film on it, so I will take that off. You probably can't notice, but the cable is your typical like weaved fancy Razer cable, because like all Razer products have this sort of cable. I have a Razer keyboard that has this too, that I should probably do a video on one of these days. And then here we have the camera itself. This is the light. This is how you adjust the brightness on the lights. And then you can pop it up, or if you want, you can pop it up a little more with that. And then also it's got this so you can hang it on a monitor. Like say you have the monitor here, you can hang it like that on the monitor. And then it has the screw on the bottom so you can put it on a tripod. Now, one of the ways that you can tell that this was made for streamers is that it didn't come with its own proprietary software. It was designed to work with either XSplit or OBS Studio. OBS Studio, of course, the software that I personally used when I did my Lego stream a few weeks ago, and I did a video on OBS Studio about a month ago. Link to that. Let's put one of them badges or whatever, I can never remember what they're called, up here to link to that. So with that in mind, there's nothing I need to download. I just need to plug it into the computer and go into OBS Studio. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so here we basically have the same setup that I had when I did my Lego build a few weeks ago. The only difference being that I don't have the Blue Yeti microphone set up, and I'm holding the camera that's pointed at the table. So first off, the best thing that I notice about this is that the light source that is lighting the table is pointing directly at it. It isn't coming from this direction like when I was doing the stream before, and so it's much more consistent throughout the entire table, which is fantastic. But now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I actually ended up getting 2 of these cameras. So let's just kind of move this one out of the way. And you can see how well the light is shining on my face from that camera. And so now we have 2 perfectly good light sources, one lighting my face, one lighting the table, and it's not as bright and blinding as, well, here, as this ring light is, which is what I was using before. So yeah, next time I do a live stream using this configuration, it's going to be so much better. Especially because of how much less room this camera and these lights take up compared to the ring light. I have been considering doing another live stream down the line here, so look out for that. It will probably not be another Lego building live stream, but this time it will be a single-player tabletop game, because I have a few of those that I want to try out and try streaming them as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop shooting an empty table for a second here. So yeah, I really do like this camera. It takes up a lot less space, and it just gives me a whole lot of new options to play with. And I still have the other 2 cameras, so if I wanted to, I could have a 4-camera setup. Man, imagine the possibilities of what I could do with a 4-camera setup. I could do a multicam sitcom on Twitch. Could you imagine? I don't think anyone's done that. I mean, there are all those Dungeons & Dragons channels, but those aren't really sitcoms necessarily. Something to think about and never execute. All right, let's go ahead and put this guy down in here. Look at Spider-Man. But there are some adjustments that need to be made, because if you see here, if I go over to OBS Studios, I don't know if this will actually show up in the, this should show up in the recording, but if I move this camera above the other one, you will see that it it's over here. Over here, it overlaps. So these cameras are actually wider than the other cameras that I was using. The other cameras were 4x6, whereas this one is 16x9. So I will have to adjust the framing of this entire layout, because this has much more space to it. And let's go ahead and move that back for now. But keep an eye out for a video of, you know, down the line where I'll show things that I've figured out using these cameras and what have you. And, you know, just know that my initial impression of them is they're very good. I'm very happy that I got them. Let's go ahead and look at you this time. I will admit that I previously didn't plan on getting 2 of them. So here's what happened. I ordered one on Amazon, and it was taking forever to order, to the point where they're like, do you still want to keep this order going? Because we don't know when it's going to be that we end up actually getting them. And so I was like, all right, well, let me check the Razer website itself and see if they have them. Because basically what happened is when these first went on sale, they sold out instantly. And so even on the Razer website, they didn't have them. But when I checked, they were available. So I went ahead and ordered one. And as I was filling it out, I was going to have it sent to my work, like I have all packages sent, because if I have anything sent to my apartment, it will get stolen. So I'm filling it out, and then when I was all done, it was like, you need to put in a phone number. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I started typing the number, and it was like, autocomplete? And I'm like, okay, yeah, autocomplete. But I think that when I did that, it actually changed my shipping address to my apartment number. And so after I placed the order, and it was all finalized, and then I saw the email, and it was like, yeah, we'll be shipping it to this address, and it was my apartment address. I was like, oh no, you can't send it here, you can't do that. And so then I chatted with someone on the Razer website, a customer service representative, and I was like, I need to change the address, and they're like, well, once it's already processed, we can't change the address. And so I'm like, well, is there anything you can do? And they're like, yeah, we can go ahead and cancel it. I'll go ahead and put a notice in to cancel this order. So I'm like, okay, fine, that'll work. And so then, like a dummy, I ended up placing a second order to then have that one shipped to my work like I originally intended. And then 2 days later, I got a shipping notice saying, hey, your camera is shipped. And then I got a second shipping notice saying, hey, your camera is shipped. And I'm like, you were supposed to cancel that one order. So luckily, since it was being sent FedEx, I was able to reroute it to go to the nearest Walgreens, because apparently that's something you can do. You can have FedEx packages shipped to nearby Walgreens and then go pick them up there. So I ended up doing that. However, of course, when I went to the Walgreens, they were like, someone's already signed for your package. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, earlier today someone signed for it. I'm gonna have to look into this and see what happened. Can you give me your number and I'll call you when we find out what happened? And I'm like, yeah, fine. And so then I left, got my car, I drove out of the parking lot, and they called and they're like, we found it. So then I drove back in and got it. But that's going to do it for me this week. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more of the crazy crap that goes on around here, including my further adventures with the Razer Kiyo cameras down the line, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to help support the crazy crap that goes on around here, then go ahead and hit up my Patreon. And with that, have a good however long it is until you watch my next video.